Hi, this is Drogie. Welcome to the 16-star beginner guide I've spent countless hours on. Please subscribe now so I can keep doing free content and follow me on Twitter. So this guide covers a beginner route made by a committee of SM64 experts. These independent specialists will also rate how necessary some of the tricks in the run are for you, like bump clip. The final time of the run that I show is a 17:26 and the link to the raw run is in the description. If you want more information about platforms, versions, setups and so on, check out the Getting Started section in the description. Before we start, 3 important things about the run I use here. I won't go into exact movement detail, but additional infos and fun facts will be written on the left of the gameplay. Point 2, this guide will not teach you how to get good fast, it just provides a base for beginners to get into speedrunning SM64. The movement done in the run isn't the only correct one to copy and follow. And lastly, the run will skip a few tricks. It is meant to showcase that you can get good times without doing all the tricks, just by optimizing your movement. So yes, this is a 17:26 without even doing lucky to skip or bump clip. So pause this video whenever necessary, but I recommend watching it till the end first to get an idea of the speedrun as a whole. So let's jump right in. Boot up your console or start your ROM. The timer starts when the game starts and not on file select. On the start screen, press start, it's the only button that works. And to select the first file, press start and A right after each other. This is called a piano roll. If you have 2 buttons that work for something, pressing them right after each other increases your chance of getting the perfect timing. This is why all top runners press A and B right after each other to roll out from a dive. If this is news to you, you might want to check out the movement guide linked in the description below before you start playing. So the idea of a 16-star run is to collect 15 stars to make the rabbit MIPS spawn so you can clip into DDD and collect the sub-star, which makes the second pause level spawn, and the remaining skips are done with backward long jumps, but we'll see about that. Because as Mario jumps out of the pipe, let's focus on the video game. For the first text boxes, piano roll over A and B to skip them smoothly. And now for the first trick, lucky to skip. I don't do it in this example run, but here's what the expert committee suggests. 10 out of 10 means a new player should do it, and 1 out of 10 means they shouldn't. Lucky to skip gets an average of 8.8 out of 10. Tabasco says everyone should try but not reset over it, which is what I agree with. A tutorial for lucky to skip can be found in the description. And there we go, we enter the castle. Press R immediately, holding neutral, so the camera pans behind Mario. After the text boxes, hold up and enter the first stage, Bob-omb's Battlefield. On the star select menu, you have 3 buttons to select the star, start, A and B, so piano roll these when you enter a stage. The name of the next potential trick is bump clip. The expert's opinion on bump clip, 8.7 out of 10. Tego says it's one of the easier tricks to master, but for a brand new player, I wouldn't necessarily recommend that they grind it out to the point of consistency before doing runs. A tutorial is in the description. After collecting the star on the N64 and emulator, on the how to continue menu, you want to practice hitting the bottom option. Don't save and continue. That saves a few lag frames every time you do it. Now that we have 1 star, we have enough to unlock the next door leading to the next stage, which is Whomp's Fortress. We start out with cannonless. I do the setup the experts say you should do as well. 9.8 out of 10. I agree with Simply, who simply says easy to learn. A tutorial with a troubleshooting part is in the description below. Don't save and continue and re-enter Whomp's Fortress. Long jump into the tree and go collect the wild blue star. To avoid grabbing the pole at the end, grab the star with a slide kick by pressing Z and B. Re-enter Whomps again and make your way up to the king. You want to try to reach the last platform as quickly as possible. There are many ways to get up here, but a side flip wall kick dive onto the island is suitable for beginners. You can clip through King Womp during a ground pound animation and ground pound right on top of him. You do that once, twice, and one more third time. And if you have some experience, you can also place Mario so that he lands directly in the star. The next star is the tower star. The tower causes a lot of lag on the N64, which is why I press C up here. Get onto the island again, long jump over, get onto this platform and side flip wall kick your way up to tower. Now we call for the experts again, Owlless. In the video I take the owl. The committee suggests doing the same, 4.1 out of 10. Puncation says, with beginner movement it doesn't even save time and it's not worth it if you just fall once. I agree, Owlless shouldn't be done in runs if you're a beginner, but it can't hurt to try and practice it for a bit. The tutorial is in the description below. Now that we have 6 stars, we want to go over to Cuckoo Mountain to collect 2 more stars so we have enough to enter the first Bowser stage to get the first key so that we can get into the basement as soon as possible. We want to get into the basement as soon as possible because the stars there are really fast compared to some of the lobby stars. Here, after the door, long jump immediately to chain another long jump to hop right into the painting. Next star, Penguin Baby. Get up here with a triple jump or a side flip. Grab the penguin and start sliding down on the right. I suggest learning that in Mario Cam. It saves lag and it's a bit easier to slide fast. As you reach the Mama Penguin, leave the Mario Cam and with a well placed single jump you can grab the star. Coming up, the last lobby star. Jump kick your way down here. Timing the kick takes some practice so you can land on the platform without getting fall damage. Keep on running, side flip on the next platform and, with a few well placed wall kicks, you can grab the star quite quickly. Now let's move on to the first Bowser stage. We skip the red coins for now as they might be risky for beginners, but they are amazing to practice your movement. As you get better, you will replace a different star with Dogwell Dreads, so you can just practice them now for later. Climb the stage as fast as possible. You can chain long jumps or dives, but make sure that you don't run up there. Long jumping on these platforms is a quite safe method for beginners, I'd say. And this little rim has more space for you to long jump on than you'd think. Some wall kicks and a triple jump dive. Enter the pipe and get ready for the first Bowser fight. Skip the text boxes and run around his tail to grab it as quickly as possible. And spin your stick clockwise or counterclockwise, whatever you enjoy more. The majority of runners does it with the thumb. It takes some practice, but it's much less exhausting than using your palms. Launch Bowser into the bomb and grab the key that opens the basement door. So some of the basement stars can get quite tricky, so you want to put enough time into practicing them. After the key door, don't wall kick or anything, just long jump and turn right to do a dive. Try to get to SSL as quickly as possible without doing AB kicks. These are slower, I put a video explaining them in the description. So the first star in SSL is the Klepto star. Dive over the first hill and run up on the front side of this pillar. Make sure to run up rather right than left. This manipulates the fly guy so it is less likely to mess up this long jump. It takes some practice to land it on the fly guy, and when you do, Mario will be launched into the air. You can fly much further by holding A mid-air, but it is slower, so you want to release it as early as possible. Switch to Mario Cam, see down right as you land, so you can kick and long jump, and see the star when sliding down. The timing of the final jump is not precise at all, don't worry. After this tricky star, you're rewarded with the fastest in-game star of the run. Triple jump dive over the big hill, slide down and use your speed to triple jump to the star. And done. Star number 10. We will now enter Lethal Lava Land. The castle movement is faster if we do it after shifting Sandland instead of before. Press C right immediately as you spawn, piano roll away the text box and chain 3 long jumps. This movement is consistent and fast. Grab the 8 reds and collect the star to be done with the stage. We move on to Hazy Maze Cave. Tone spawns at 12 stars, so we have to collect the star in HMC first, the Nessie or Dory star. Enter the first door and then enter the next door on the right to activate the elevator. Run off the platform as soon as possible and bump into the wall to avoid fall damage. Run here and push against the wall in this spot. Once the elevator gets closer, switch to pushing more upright, and depending on how good your angle is, you can fall right into the star. Now the toad has spawned. Now you can long jump over to the toad, run into him and press B, still while running into him. And now you're free to grab the easiest star of the run. By the way, we don't get the star as the 15th one because then MIPS wouldn't spawn. The 15th star has to be collected in a stage to make MIPS spawn. Up next, the emergency exit star. If you want, you can kill the scuttlebug first, it can be in the way sometimes, but your goal should be to get onto this platform and long jump over to the next platform that has the star on it, and you're done. 2 more stars remaining in this run. Re-enter HMC and this time you'll have to hope for good boulder RNG. So there is a random chance one of these stones hits the left wall and you'll have to dodge it. I got good RNG in this run and with a double jump or a side flip wall kick I can get up to the 15th star. Jump kick or long jump over the pond and leave the room. Now we want to grab the bunny MIPS and use it to skip a big portion of the game. This trick is called MIPS clip. In the video description I added a link for the MIPS clip tutorial including an explanation on how to grab the bunny as well as a few helpful backups. This is the core of a 16-star run and getting consistent at this trick is inevitable if you want to do full game runs. Oh, and grabbing the MIP star as the 16th star won't work. You'll have to collect the DDD sub-star to make the second Bowser level spawn. But the run won't be invalid either if you accidentally collect the MIP star. Just finish the run with 17 stars. Now let's enter Dire Docks. So, on N64 and even on emulator with the correct settings found in the emulator setup guide, you should press R twice before you land in the water of Dire Docks. That places the camera so that you get less lag. Keep on swimming and if possible hold C left while approaching the tunnel. You can then leave C left and try to keep swimming in the optimal rhythm. After the first part of the tunnel, swim up and at this spot start holding C left. If it helps, the optimal swimming rhythm is said to be around 90 BPM, which is pretty much the Lazy Song by Bruno Mars. Just in case that helps you. In fact, the rhythm to reach optimal swimming speed is quite lenient. When jumping out of the water, Mario will carry momentum in the direction he's facing, so make sure to look forward while jumping out of the water, so you can land on the fin. Side flip and jump dive onto the sub and grab the star in such heavy lag that this part kind of feels like slow motion. Now, let us enter the second Bowser level. At the start, there's a trick called pole glitch, and once again let's see what experts suggest on that. 1.4 out of 10. Aki, the 16-star goat, says, I think you don't need this before a sub 16. Enough said. So try to get up the stage as quickly as possible. To get onto this platform, you can also use a lava boost, and to get these wall kicks you can just do a side flip and then chain a few more wall kicks. So these platforms here are based on a cycle. They slowly rise and lower and rise and lower. I get the early cycle because I have advanced movement. You might lose quite some time over me in this stage, so it's definitely worth practicing it, but it's not too bad if you lose 1 or 2 cycles. At the end here, you can long jump on this part of the edge. Try to enter Mario Cam as soon as possible to reduce a lot of lag, and keep long jumping until you get closer to the end of the stage to enter the Bowser fight with quite low health. Obviously you want to survive this battle, so avoid fall damage or hitting the lava. The safe way to do it is to press C down soon, stay neutral and do a full jump over Bowser and then kick before you hit the floor so you can stand close to his tail. Do not avoid fall damage with the ground pound. You could clip through the platform you're standing on and die. At around this moment, when the platform starts shaking quickly, you can grab Bowser's tail and start spinning. Hit the bomb and safely collect the key that opens the door to the upper floor. Now we get to the final spurt of the run, the BLJs, backward long jumps. Re-enter Bowser in the fire sea, stand still and press start and exit the stage to reach the lobby. Stay Mario Cam to avoid some of the lag the light here causes. Double jump to grab this glitchy ledge and reach next door a bit sooner, and now the BLJ start. What you want to do for BLJs basically is face the bottom of the stairs, long jump, turn around and mash A going up the stairs and hoping that you connect with the stairs and can build up speed. BLJs are based on luck up to some extent, so it might take you a while to get them for the first time. Don't despair. Check out the description for a BLJ guide, but remember, there's no correct and consistent way to do them. On the endless stair BLJ though, make sure to face slightly right as opposed to slightly left. If you're facing a bit too far left, it might clip you into the stage Wet Dry World, making you lose the run. Once you reach the top, enter the pipe for the final stage and split. Bowser in the sky. I recommend playing this stage safe, as there are a lot of ways to fall down and possibly even die. You might know the triple jump dive to skip this part of the run, but that barely saves time for a beginner, so I skip it here and just chain a few long jumps. On these elevators, side flip to the right for a nice shortcut. Triple jump up the slope and keep on running. Turn around and long jump, and I do a somewhat tricky series of jump kicks and a triple jump dive to get past this part. If you feel like that's too hard, you can just ride the elevator and then climb up the big long pole. Coming up, more elevators, and one of the elevator hitboxes is pretty weird, so I hope you don't get that one. Long jump from the very top of the elevators and avoid the Goomba. Then enter the big pipe for the final fight. And the final fight is not really hard. Once you get good at spinning, it's all a matter of practice. I suggest the following 3 things. If that helps, spin once or twice more before launching Bowser. Secondly, always use the same order for the bombs. That helps a lot with consistency. And don't aim for bombs that are too far away. You might also just throw Bowser a bit closer to them first and then go for a real attempt. Once you hit the 3rd bomb, congrats! You speedrun Super Mario 64. Hi, this is Drogie. I hope this video helped you. This is how the project looks. It took me a lot of time. So if it did help you, please let me know in the comments and subscribe to my channel. It's much appreciated. You can contact me or the people in the SM64 speedrunning Discord if you have further questions. We are always down to help. Thanks for watching and see ya.